The number one selling product of its kind with over 20 years of research and innovation. Botox Cosmetic, out of botulinum toxin A, is a prescription medicine used to temporarily make moderate to severe frown lines, crow's feet, and forehead lines look better in adults.
Effects of Botox Cosmetic may spread hours to weeks after injection, causing serious symptoms. Alert your doctor right away as difficulty swallowing, speaking, breathing, eye problems, or muscle weakness may be a sign of a life-threatening condition. Patients with these conditions before injection are at highest risk. Don't receive Botox Cosmetic if you have a skin infection. Side effects may include allergic reactions, injection site pain, headache, eyebrow and eyelid drooping, and eyelid swelling. Allergic reactions can include rash, welts, asthma symptoms, and dizziness. Tell your doctor about medical history, muscle or nerve conditions including ALS or Lou Gehrig's disease, myasthenia gravis, or Lambert-Eaton syndrome, and medications, including botulinum toxins, as these may increase the risk of serious side effects. For full safety information, visit BotoxCosmetic.com or call 877-351-0300.
See for yourself at BotoxCosmetic.com.
Today on CityCast DC, Big Schlim is a bus mechanic, not a traditional food scenester working for a deep-pocketed lifestyle publication. But his sharp and savvy takes on eating around the region have become a viral sensation on DC social media. We sat down with him this spring to hear his story and to ask him for some favorite spots for what he calls a light pocket meal. Happy eating. Today is Monday, December 23rd. I'm Michael Schaefer, and here's what DC is talking about. Good day, good person.
Good day, good day.
Nice to have you here, Big Schlim.
Yes, indeed. It's good to be here.
So listen, DC it gets a lot of hate as a place with no affordable food. Do you think that's a fair criticism?
No, it's not a fair criticism. People in places that are criticizing DC don't do the research to find out where good food is that you can get for a cheap price.
So you recently did this series about what you call light pocket meals, which means $10 or less for a pretty decent amount of food.
Yes.
Was it hard to find the spots? You went far and wide, like you're in West Virginia and DC and everywhere.
Yeah, I am pretty much everywhere looking for places. Honestly, it's fairly difficult to find these places. Now, mind you, that have good food. There are a ton of places that you can get meals for $10 and less, and the food is not going to be great. But to find good food for $10 or less is a little bit more challenging.
So can you give me a few recommendations in that category?
One spot that I really love that is a light pocket meal is Julia's Empanadas, and that's off of 18th Street. I think you can get like 3 empanadas from there for under $9 or $9 and under. So that's one of the spots that is a light pocket meal. Besides Julia's Empanadas, the well-dressed burrito. 3 tacos and or a burrito for under $10 there. And really good. Matter of fact, I need to go back because they were, they gave you more bang for your buck. It was a huge burrito that I got from there. Mind you, when I went in there, they didn't know who I was. They didn't know I was reviewing. They had no idea. And so that tells me that every customer gets the same thing. Another light pocket meal spot that I do love is Meat and Foods. It's on Florida Avenue, Northwest Washington, D.C. You can go in there and get a really good half smoke, and their chili is awesome. I stamped their chili when I was in there. So yeah, Meat and Foods on Florida Avenue is another spot, a light pocket meal spot that I go to.
So tell me, what is your process for finding spots? Like, do you just try everywhere? Or do you got a bunch of people who pass you tips?
Okay, so I have a couple of different processes. So you can imagine on my social medias that I have nothing but food on my social medias. So when I'm scrolling through, my scroll might be a little bit different than others. I don't really see the funny stuff, the memes or anything like that. I see food 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. So sometimes I get restaurant ideas to go to. Other times I'm literally riding by a place. I look at it and I stop. And I go in and I go see what's what. Of course, I have restaurants that contact me and want me to come in. So that's starting to happen more often than not.
Or is that a sign of success, right?
Yeah, I guess you can say that. People wanting me to come in and review their food. Now, when that does happen, my followers can be reassured that I am still going in and doing a full, real review.
Yeah, because I was wondering, for people who haven't seen them, the videos, they're amazing. But what you do is, you've got a particular style, the way you zoom in and out and use the camera. And you'll get like a table full or a tray full of a whole bunch of different dishes from whatever place you are shooting and zoom in on them. And, you're big, but you're not that big. So if a guy comes in and orders like, everything on the menu or many, many things on the menu, the restaurant is going to maybe think, hey, this guy might be a reviewer. How do you what's your personal BS detector to make sure that they're not giving you something special that they're not giving regular people?
Well, I literally go in, I go to the cut, meaning I find a corner somewhere, and generally they don't know.
Good.
Honestly, I get a lot of sideways looks because
Right.
I am ordering so much food. The waiter or waitress, they're not going to know. 9 times out of 10, it's the manager in the back that gets alarmed and maybe might come out and see what I'm doing. But 9 times out of 10, they don't. They have no idea. Now, there have been a couple of instances where they figured me out. There's been instances where customers have figured me out. The customer will walk in and say, "Hey, you're that stamp guy."
Right.
It's funny. Men generally say the stamp guy. Women generally say Big Slim. And yeah, they'll say that, and then someone in the back gets alarmed. But by that time, my table has the spread out. So, for them to make something up special for me will be null and void at that point.
Let's be real, lawsuits are not fun. But with Christopher Nace and the trial lawyers at Paulson and Nace, at least they're a little easier. Paulson and Nace is a DC law firm in every sense of the word. It was founded here in 1979. Partner Chris Nace is a local who cares deeply about the DC community, even serving on the board of the local branch of the Living Classrooms Foundation in his free time. Nace and his associates, Samantha Peters, John Reese, and Maya Perry, handle medical malpractice, wrongful death, and other complex injury cases. And they don't just settle every case. They'll go to court. They'll fight for you. Paulson and Nace has even been recognized as one of Best Lawyers' best law firms. So if you have been hurt or lost a loved one because of someone else's mistake or negligence, call Paulson and Nace for a no-obligation consultation. Visit www.paulsonandnace.com or call 202-463-1999.
The legendary Black Cat New Year's Eve Swing Ball is always the best night out of the year. Band leader Peaches O'Dell and her big band orchestra, that's an 11-piece orchestra, will offer everything from high-energy swing and Latin music to Art Deco novelty tunes. And because it's New Year's Eve, there will be a bunch of surprises thrown in. Chances to be a guest conductor, prizes for best red lipstick, and a conga line you have to see to believe. With no dress code and a relaxed atmosphere, the Black Cat New Year's Swing Ball Party lets you dress however you want. And it's all just $35, making the Black Cat New Year's Swing Ball one of the best deals in town. Get tickets at blackcatdc.com. Just look for the New Year's Eve event. Again, that's blackcatdc.com.
So you mentioned people call you the stamp guy. And that is one of the catchphrases you use on videos. Things you say like that, or stamp, or decent. So I got two questions. One, how'd you settle on these ratings? And two, can you translate them for me?
No problem. So I am me everywhere that I go. So these sayings are sayings that I say on a daily basis with or without Big Slim. So a conversation between me and my homie, these words are 9 times out of 10 going to be used. And if you really look at it, Big Slim is a conversation between me and my best friend.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Slim, where you go to today? Oh, yeah, I went to this spot right here. Where's that? It's at such and such address. What'd you get? Oh, I got the chicken parmesan. How was it? I stamped it. How much was it? It was $15. That's all Big Slim is a conversation. So to answer your question, Stamp is a word that I use that native Washingtonians use to mark something that is very good, whether it be food, whether it be a car, whether it be, your favorite bar to go to. It's just a general word that we use to mark something off that's good. So stamp is 5 stars. Like that is 4.5 stars. Like that, I honestly came from a phrase from Rare Essence, the go-go band back in the day, must be like that. So after that song came out a long time ago, we used like that to describe something that's pretty dope.
You didn't go for Drop the Bomb?
No, I ain't go for Drop the Bomb. That was a little bit before my time.
So tell me, how did you get in this in the first place?
I was at work. I do bus maintenance for a charter bus company in Maryland. So I'm at work. I wanted to order create your own pizza. I went to a place that I'm not going to name to get it. And when I went in there, I received horrible customer service. Horrible.
And you're coming from work, so you're like,
I am dirty. I'm oily. Pocket full of money to buy this pizza, but customer service was bad. So I decided on that day to create a Yelp. I had the Yelp app. I never opened it, never registered for it right outside of that place. Wrote a small article, a paragraph about the horrible customer service, and that was that for that day. The next day, I went to another pizza place because I was still geeking for pizza that day. And I actually got great service, and the pizza was pretty good. So I went back to Yelp, and I wrote another article. If I told myself if I'm going to write something negative about a place, I got to also write the positive about a place that I go to. So I wrote that, boom, 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 took a couple pictures, maybe got about 5 people to look at it. I didn't start off by looking for followers or anything like that. And then I just told myself that every place that I go to after this, I'm going to write about. So it started off by written reviews. And to make it easier for myself, and it was literally for myself, to make it easier for myself, I started doing videos. Then I made my page public. And yeah, that's pretty much the story. That's how I started.
So you have like 3 jobs and you're a dad. I mean, you're eating, you're doing some cheap meals, but it can't be that cheap. And the time's not cheap. So how do you make time for it?
I'm passionate about it. I love doing it. This is something that I love to do. So I make time for it. I work an early schedule at my day job. I'll go quickly do a review, boom, 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 bang that out, go get the kids from their practice, come home, do the dad thing, and then a few nights out the week, I work a night job. And am I tired? I'm ridiculously tired. Yeah, I am. But everything is working in sync with each other. So the night job supplements the income for me going on these reviews. Otherwise, I could honestly, get rid of the night job. But in order for me to keep this business up, I got to kind of keep that job in order to keep doing everything. So,
and tell me about what kind of following you've developed over the time since you made the pages public.
Oh man, it's ridiculous right now. So on one social media, I have 92,000 followers on that. I just crossed the threshold of 50,000 followers on Instagram. And then I also post everywhere. So I post on Facebook, Threads, Twitter, YouTube, Google. Google's a big one, and Yelp. And my following is blown up. It's blown up. And now, mind you, I don't do it for a following. I'm still doing this out of my love to do this.
And it's just Big Slim's reviews everywhere?
Yeah, it's pretty much it's Big Slim's Taste Test, Big Slim's Reviews, or Big Slim.
And that's SCHLIM for people looking it up. Do you personally have a favorite kind of food?
I do. Pizza.
Of course, that's how it all started.
Yes, pizza is my favorite food.
What's the best one in DC, you think?
So we got to break this down by what kind of pizza.
Yeah, just give me a few stamps.
We're going to go with Andy's.
Mm-hmm. Where's that?
You got a couple different Andy's. One's in Adams Morgan. You got one off of 9th Street. But Andy's Pizza is for your thin crust New York style. No offense to anyone from New York. New York style is pretty dope. For your deep dish Chicago style pizza, there's a place called the DC Shop High. Ooh, they make a cornbread crust. It's buttery. The ingredients are always fresh. The marinara is dope. And then the last place is Red Light Pizza on 14th Street for your just thick crust. That thick crust pizza that a lot of people like. That thick pan.
Big Slim, thank you so much for being here. I had one last question about the phrases. At the end, you say how this is, but you say it really, really slow. Why so?
That's just how I was talking when I started the videos off. That's just
Right.
how it came out. And it wasn't anything I practiced. It was just how I talk. I guess it gives it emphasizes the next step of me, judging the food in the next segment.
All right. Well, I guess that's how this is. Thank you so much for being here.
I truly appreciate it, guys. I really do.
And that's all for today here on CityCast DC. If you enjoyed the show, why not tell a friend over a light pocket meal? You can rate the show, leave us a review, and subscribe to our morning newsletter. We'll be back tomorrow morning with more news from around the city. Bye.